Now the rise of freedom. Our cameras have been following the rebuilding of the World Trade Center site for months now, and we've seen some amazing progress. But just like most Americans, the developers are facing some new challenges because of our economy.
The first job is to get it built, to restore this great area of New York, to make it better than it was before. And if we get that done, I'm sure the city and the country are going to profit in the long run.
You said if, because it truly is an if. But will it really?
The only question, and it's a fair question, is how soon will it all be finished? The plan that we have now calls for 3 of the 5 office towers to be completed by late 2014.
How realistic is that?
That is real. 3 out of the 4 buildings are going to be built in a definite timeline.
And as this building goes up and we look at the economy the way it is now, how much thought goes into who are we going to put in there and how are we going to get them here?
People have been uncertain about the economy, especially in the last 2 or 3 years. What really gives all of us a lot of confidence about the future of this complex, about the future World Trade Center, is the fact that New York really needs new office buildings. If we're going to compete with cities like London and Hong Kong and Shanghai and Dubai for first-class jobs for Americans, we're going to have to put up new high-tech office space.
We've been down here a long time now, and one of the things we haven't talked about is why it's taken so long.
First of all, the most important thing that took some time that needed to happen is there needed to be an open debate about what ought to be rebuilt at the World Trade Center. And people needed an opportunity to get out their views and for people ultimately to come together. And that is what happened. Most important, we'd have an amazing memorial to those who were lost and what took place on 9/11.
It was also tricky, as it always is, dealing with so many different governments, with governments changing. I think you dealt with 4 governors on one side of the river and 4 governors on the other side of the river?
I think it is 4 and 4, 4 and 5. I lost count at some point. Yeah, it is a feature of, in the real world, governments do change. We have state government in New York, state government in New Jersey, city government in New York. Changes at the Port Authority, the multi-state agency that owns the land at the World Trade Center. All of those things had an impact. Every project on the World Trade Center site is under construction now. This is the first time we've been able to say that since 9/11.
And there are thousands of people working day in and day out to make it rise, and it is. So where do we stand now? Well, the developers tell us construction is now 1/3 complete. What they're calling tower number 4 is 50% full. Tower number 7, which is up and going, 85% capacity already.